Hey everybody, Rich here, Rich's Custom Marine and Auto. We're going to be working on this LT1000 mower back here. We're going to put a rack on there, kind of like four-wheelers have. Alright, so moving on to phase 2 here, building this rack. Got to go get some more tubing, but we're going to have 2 crossbars, so one there, and then we'll probably do one there, and we'll do something similar on this side. Something like that, and then just keep the spacing. But then what I want to do after that is I want to put a drink holder right there, so we'll come up with something for that. But the other thing I've got to do is, so these right now are just bolted to the body, and it's very strong. I mean, we've sat on it, made these brackets that go down and tie into the chassis down there. But I wanted to tie in underneath here, capture the bottom of those bolts, and then go into the frame there, because I want the wife to be able to throw 2 50-pound bags of feed on there if she wants. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build an extension that goes on there that'll tip up. That way we can still use the hitch to pull a little yard trailer that these things are designed to do. But then there'll be an extension that you can set down, and then she can put all her feed and stuff on there. So this potentially could be holding 100, 125 pounds, depending on what she's got going on. So I just want it to be plenty strong enough. And it might be plenty strong enough just bolted to the body there, but I'd rather tie it in and make sure that it's not going to fold the fender down. So that's where we're at so far with that. We talked about the other day, her and I, we talked about maybe putting some type of holder on here. This is just a broom, but some way to hold like a shovel and a rake, where it would be clipped in or tied into the rack, something like that, so she can take a rake and a shovel and make the ultimate critter support vehicle, hence the name of it, Critter Caddy. And yeah, we're going to paint it. We'll get it cleaned up and get it painted. Not sure what color we're going to paint it yet, and then the wife's going to do some vinyl work on it and stuff like that. But for right now, we'll just focus on the rack. And okay, so let's make the bar that's going to come right across there. So first thing I did is take my angle finder, and I did this off camera so I could just do it with one hand to show you guys. It's kind of an eyeball to get the angle. We'll have to clean it up a little bit, but looks to be about 35 degrees. So then we take our tubing notcher. This is just a Harbor Freight tubing notcher. It's not anything very high tech. And I've set that to 35 degrees. And you slide your piece of tubing inside the strap there. and you can see it's a little bit long, so it's good that I have a piece of tubing that's already got a cut in it. So let me put the camera on the tripod and we'll go through making a cut there. Okay, now we'll make the other cut. I'm making it a little bit long, and if you're wondering why I didn't chop the tube there, it doesn't really matter, and actually it'll cut a little bit better being even across. This is just WD-40. That's all I use, just a little bit of light oil. Spray there and then spray here. Well, that was exciting. Alright, I've cleaned that end up a little bit. Let's see how it fits. So a little long, as expected. But I think what I want to do is take a little bit off of this side. Maybe clean up that inside bend a little bit rather than take it off of there. Alright, we got that thing cut in the way we like. Let's go ahead and get it tacked in place. One more back in this corner. Okay, that should hold that. So now we'll get ready to do the same bar on the other side. Well, if our other bar made, we'll go ahead and tack it in place as well. A little bit of WD-40 flashing off of that from the cuts. So now we're going to use that same process and we'll go ahead and make our bars for here and up here. Alright, so this is where we're at currently, and I am out of steel tubing. So at this point I'm going to pull the rack back off and I'll go ahead and fully weld those up. And next time I'm in town, which is about an hour away, I'll grab some more steel tubing and we can continue on with this. Alright guys, so here's where we're at with the rack for the Critter Caddy. It's not bolted down right now, but I think it came out pretty good. It's not done yet. If you like the cup holder, I got to finish welding these out, of course, and I'm gonna round the edges on this. But so this is the hinge, and so this thing will fold up like so, or you can just lift up on it and it'll come off of there. And I got to weld these out as well and round these edges and stuff. But yeah, then it's got these feet, I'll call them. So when you drop this thing down into position, then it can't slide back, and the wife will be able to throw bale of hay, bags of feed for the animals, whatever she needs, put her water up there, and so yeah, I think it's coming out pretty good. That's just 1-inch thin wall tubing, steel. I sent a picture to my buddy and he said, it looks like stainless. Yeah, I don't have the capability of welding that. But also, he and I both agreed that I don't have the money for that much stainless. That'd be kind of spendy these days. So the last thing I've got to do here is where these sit. I cut these plates, 4 of them. It's going to go up underneath, tie into the bottom of those bolts, and then like we talked about before, I'm going to figure out somewhere on the chassis there that I'm going to either tie into or maybe have to drill a couple holes. But I want to put an angled brace that helps support this body with the amount of weight that's going to be on there. Because you figure 2 bags of animal feeds, that's 90, 100 pounds. You know, a bale of hay is 100 pounds, 90 pounds actually. So just wanted to be able to support that. And if we find we need a little more support later on, I can always tie in here and do the same thing underneath as well. But I think it'll actually be okay. But yeah, I just getting ready to finish that thing up and paint it. For now, we're just going to prime it until she decides what color the rest of the caddy is going to be. And that way she can use it and it won't have rust or anything like that getting on it, surface rust. But looking good. Probably do a wrap up on this once we get it all primed and bolted in place. Alright, wife got the rack all primed up and we just got done bolting it down. Looks awesome. Got the braces underneath like we talked about. Went ahead and painted those black so they'll match the chassis. But yeah, this thing's ready to go. Very, very sturdy. Again, it's only in primer because we're going to be painting this thing. So, but yeah, I think it turned out pretty awesome. And then, of course, that piece will come off and then have a seat. It's very, very strong. So